had to start like that because that pipe and that noise is really what this bike's all about. So let me start from the beginning. A few weeks ago, I sold my down-and-out Cafe Racers Triumph T100 Bonneville Custom, and everybody said I was mad. And to be fair, they were probably right. I do miss that bike already, and I wish I hadn't sold it. But the reason I did it was to buy this, Triumph's new Street Scrambler. I had to go on one, which I'd borrowed from Club Moto London, and I had such a good time ragging it round London's streets. It's a brilliant bike, and I hadn't expected to like it quite so much. Obviously, Triumph have gone to a lot of trouble to upgrade the Bonnevilles and made them better handling and just generally do everything a lot better. But they did a fantastic job, in particular with the Street Scrambler, giving the bike a bit more torque and longer travel suspension, and the riding position and the way it steers is absolutely brilliant. And really what I needed was a bike that was going to be really good at handling London's speed bumps and potholes, because what I need more than anything is something I haven't had for a long time, a really good daily London commuter that I don't mind getting filthy, covered in, well, as you see, filth right now from London's dirty rainwater, and a bike I didn't really have to worry about too much, and that I knew that would always start on the button and would perform brilliantly, and this bike does all of that. But as you can see, the bike does look a bit special, and it's not custom. So let me tell you what this bike has had done to it, because it's all catalogue bits from Triumph. First of all, the tail tidy. For those of you who've seen the original bike will know that it has a big mudguard on it and a whole chunk of plastic stuff at the back end that the number plate and the lights clip onto. And this tail tidy gets rid of all of that. It clips straight underneath here onto the subframe, and it's super short. And in fact, I've made it even shorter. The proper aftermarket item has another bit here with a reflector on it and a light, and you're supposed to mount the number plate here. I've got rid of all that, and I've screwed the number plate straight onto this piece, which is something I suspect the guys at Triumph actually wanted us to do to make their bikes look better, but weren't allowed. I've also got rid of the extra seat hump, which is for passengers, and the optional rack that goes there, because this is actually good enough to fit me and the wife on easily, which is great news, so I don't have to deal with all the junk at the back of the bike. Moving a bit further forward, these Fox Aftermarket Piggyback shocks, they are the official Triumph accessory for this bike, so you can get it straight from the dealer like this, and they are absolutely brilliant for dealing with those potholes and speed bumps that I talked about earlier. But the real jewel in the crown of this bike is that pipe. The official aftermarket Vance & Hines pipe for the Triumph Street Scrambler is a 2x2, but hidden within that 2x2 pipework is a catalytic converter. This pipe comes from last year's Street Twin Scrambler kit, and it has no baffle, no cat, and I've taken the baffles out. So it's just a straight through pipe, and it sounds brilliant. It delivers really crisp throttle response, and it certainly, when you blip your throttle, people know that you're coming, which is exactly what you need for a town bike. Other than that, the bike is pretty standard. I've put on some adjustable levers, which again come from the Triumph catalogue, fitted smaller indicators at the front, and because this is a really working sort of day-to-day town bike, I've also put crash bobbins on the bottom axle there, because I do expect this bike to be dropped or fall over at some point. It also has a smaller front mudguard on it, which comes from a little Thai custom shop, which someone gave to me. But other than that, the bike is pretty much standard. The only thing I've done, which is a complete, I guess, an admission of my own vanity, is I have fitted Continental TKC 80s onto the bike. They are big knobbly tyres, but I know from experience using these that they're made of really sticky rubber and they handle really well on the road. They are grippy, and yes, they do work in the rain, and they don't seem to have spoiled either the ABS or the traction control on this bike, which is good news. So yes, for me, they're a little bit of a vanity thing, but if a bike is going to have Street Scrambler written on the side panel, I want to make sure it looks like one, and this bike certainly does that. So basically, the main thing for me about this is it's a really practical, brilliant daily ride. It's perfect for riding around London. It's flickable. It feels much lighter than the actual weight of the bike. The suspension is fantastic. The engine makes all the right noise and delivers torque exactly where you'd want it. So this isn't really a review. This is just me. I've bought a new bike. I'm excited about it, and I just want to say, have a go on one.